Gwendolyn. Oh, I've got just realised I've got a camera mount up here. I've got them all over the place. Just where I put them. Sometimes they have to literally be staring me in the face. Eventually, the free arm came for the embroidery. I just want to show you something with this. So, when I first ordered this, it said it was in stock. So, I thought that's fine. The next day, yeah, your order's been received. Then the following day, it said it was out of stock. It'll be there shortly. 2 weeks later, or nearly 3 weeks later, I had to send them an email, you know, where's the order? And they said, oh, it's not in until, they gave me a few weeks that it was going to be in, and it hadn't come in. I hadn't received it. So then I phoned them up, and and then they sent me an email back rather than saying, yeah, it's out of stock, but if you want to, I mean, this is now 2 weeks or nearly 3 weeks later, you can have your money back. So they did offer me my money back. But I thought, well, you know, this is nearly £300, and I thought, well, I'll probably spend that on something else, but better leave that in the pot, otherwise I might not get it. So I just left it, and eventually it did come, you know, straight away. When it was in stock, it was sent out to me. So, but opening, you know, this is, it says large hoop. Well, it's not that large. You know, you think it's going to be quite large. Now, this is the other Bernina hoop that we've got. Let me put on the glasses, because this is what they call the large oval. So hence they call this large. If you're buying it, you may be confused thinking you're going to get quite a large hoop. You're not. It's exactly the same as this. So it's the same hoop, but it's got a different attachment on it. Now, you may not know this, but you actually can buy an attachment for this that's going to make it like this. And the attachment runs about £150. And I think the attachment also works on the next model down too. So I think you can do both, not 100% sure, but something resonates in my mind that you can actually do both with that. You can't go higher, but you can do both with it. So it does exactly the same job as what this is going to do. But the reason why I didn't pick this to get this as opposed to that is I've got a bit of arthritis in my hand. So now it's twisting this tight and getting it tight and undoing it. It was a bit of a hassle. So I thought, well, I don't know, I'll invest in this. But this one is not as flexible, obviously, as this one, because this one can, the attachment that you have to buy separate can go down. I guess the reason why this is so expensive is because if you were to buy this hoop separately, and then the attachment, it would come to, I guess, this price. But if you've already got this hoop, as most people have if they've got a bigger machine, I'm not sure if it comes in the smaller machine, this size hoop, the large oval, then yeah, just save yourself some money and buy the smaller attachment that goes with it. But this also has, but that hasn't, is the ratchet system, which I wanted. This ratchet system I love. It makes so much life easier, especially when you're sitting there and you've done your embroidery and you're actually at your machine and blah, blah, blah. At the end of it, sometimes you're flipping tired because it is a lot of concentration that you have to do. I know the machine's doing the job, but you're having to wait, stop and think, you know, so you're all tensed up, think, I've got to change my wires, I've got to change my cotton and do all of that. And sometimes the machine goes wrong and you've got to fix that or whatever it is. So it can be a little bit tedious. So when you finish it, it's lovely just to literally press 2 buttons. So would I buy this again? Yeah, I would. And I would definitely love it for a bit. I've got my bigger machine, my Maxi. This is a Maxi and it's got the ratchet system on it. Lots of people don't know about the ratchet system. It's when you click it and you turn it, they think, oh, that's tight, and they'll leave it. You turn it until it clicks. You think you're going to break it, but you're not. You turn it until it clicks, then it's right. Then you know it's 100% in. It's completely right. But yes, you can use it where it's not clicked 100%. You think, yeah, that's tight enough. It depends on, I guess, how much fabric you're going to put in there. But ordinarily, you click it until it's right. So we'll be using this one today, because that's what the video is about. So all I'm going to do is I don't need the, I won't need this today. I may use it another time. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I won't be using that today. I'm going to do a little embroidery, and the embroidery is from Embroidery Library. So the embroidery that I'm using today is for a little girl. It's called This Little Witch Can Be Bribed with Chocolate, or something like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be using its new brother stabilizer. I think that's what it's called. New brothered. Yeah, I think that's maybe a word, a play on words. New brothered embroidery stabilizer. I've used this for quite a long time, and it does different stuff, and it's always been really good. So we're going to use it double in our hoop. Just when I say that, I'm just going to fold this over, cut it out, and use that. I just want to show you something. Ordinarily, you would be placing this like this. So you've got your little t-shirt, and you would be and that would be wrong. Because if you did, I had to put it through to show you, because if you did, when you hooked it onto your machine on the side, this is your machine, you're hooking it on, I've got nowhere to put it underneath the arm. The hole's here for it to go under. So it has to be, the t-shirt has to be, this is what the nicest thing about this, look, straight away out. Don't you love that? Don't you love it? It has to go on the side. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is, because we can't put this in normally because it won't go under the arm, so we have to put our cream or grey hooping section in, so you can't see it. This has got to be, the opening's got to be to the right. Okay, so you can see the bump there, and that's going to be pretty all right. But now we need to put our stabilizer. You can try and, this is the fiddly bit, trying to get the stabilizer in, bring all that down, and then you can twist it around and then just have a bit of a play, just so you get it all nice and flat. Have a check. Is it nice and smooth? That's not nice and smooth. Why is it not nice and smooth? This needs to come down a bit. This is just the most time consuming, to be honest. Very lightweight. Okay. I want it where the end of the hard outer edge is really just underneath that. That's what I want for my placing. Okay, so I know I've got room, and then all I have to do is put this on. To figure out, so it goes at the top, so it's all nice, fits in. It all fits in, make it nice and smooth. Okay, it's got the, and now we're just going to click it, turn it, turn it, turn it, and I want to click it. Okay, that cracked, so that's the click. And you need that click for for this type of thing, if you've got like a t-shirt and something light, you can you make sure you got that click and you know it's totally correct. But if you've got something a little bit thicker and you don't get the click, then don't force it. It looks a little bit off like this is because we've got this knob here. When I put this on the machine, it goes on like that, but this is underneath. That's it, make sure that that is underneath. And it's saying it's a midi hoop, but it's not a midi hoop. It needs to come up as this hoop. LFA, that's the right hoop. Change the foot. I've had different feet on, so we need to change the foot. Right, I've had to turn it on its side because obviously I can't have it going down, straight down, because the actual shirt's on its side now, or the way it's been hooped is. So you just bear that in mind. Make sure you calibrate your machine and update. You have to update your machine first. I have got a link so I can put that in to do that, an easy link that I created. And also you have to calibrate it once you've done that to that hoop. That hoop is called an LFA hoop. And this is literally just going to stitch out in different colours. You can make it go faster if you want to by the hair. Somebody called it a rabbit. That did make me laugh. Just make sure you've got the right needle on, the right plate on. I've got a 26 foot on. I've got the right hoop on, the LFA hoop, which is the new hoop. I've got the right plate on. I've got an embroidery needle on. So I'll come back to you when this is all stitched out. Well, this is the finished product t-shirt. You can still see I've got a topper on this. Can you still see that plastic topper that I put down and the stitches go over the top? It's an iron off one, so as soon as I iron this, all of this will just melt away. And no, it doesn't gum up the iron actually, because you have a hot iron, amazingly so. But yeah, I wish I could have got the black t-shirts, but I bought these at Tesco. But really I wanted black and I couldn't find black ones. But that's the finished product. And you know, obviously it's come from this hoop. So we did it like this. That's how it went in the hoop. So you got the side, so when it goes on the machine, you've got the open side that can go underneath. Now, something I need to tell you all, make sure, for goodness sake, make sure when you, because this is the second one I have done, make sure when you put this over the arm of your sewing machine, and you have to stop and say your thread breaks, or so you can't just open, or the drawer of the bobbins needs to be opened. You have to literally unhook this, take it off, or I'll push it to the back and the side, open up the door and sort the bobbin out, and bring it back, hook it back on. And the problem what you have is, or I did have originally, I didn't actually tidy up underneath. I didn't make sure it was really underneath the arm, and it actually stitched the back to the back front, and I had to and it did it in such a way that it stitched round, for some unknown reason, round the hoop. I literally had to cut it out of the hoop. It was bizarre. I actually kept it, but I think I threw it away in the end. But yeah, that's not a good look. So I had to do it again, and every time I stopped the machine and took the thing off, I always pulled this down, put my hand under, made sure that it was all free again, and off I went. But it was a lesson learnt, and I'm just trying to avoid you learning that lesson. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.